Sai Ram students, welcome back to today's session. Today we'll be covering up a topic again from English composition, and the name of the topic is report writing. So quickly just go get your book and pen and start writing down all the important points that will be a part of report writing, the format of report writing, and also there is a question that you have to do it yourself. So let's get started with our session today. To begin with, let me just give you a few examples. You must have seen newspaper. In newspaper, we get to know information about crime and accident, education, then we have health, finance, and sports. So all these information that we have, they are reported by someone. Okay, the news is reported by someone. Clear? So that is what we are going to learn today. That is report writing. So what is report writing? Let's understand this first. A report is a written account of something that one has observed, heard, done, or investigated. Now there are people who undertake research work. Even they write a report, but we will not get into that. Basically, we will learn how to report an event or an incident. Okay. It is a systematic and well-organized presentation of facts and findings of an event that has already taken place somewhere. So basically, we write a report on any event that has already taken place, because we know what will be the final outcome of the event. Before the event occurs, we cannot write a report. So a report is something, it is systematic and well organized presentations of facts and findings of an event that has taken place somewhere. It is clear and concise document. It is not very lengthy also. Very clear. It does not create any confusion in the mind of the readers. Clear? And this document, this report is again written for a particular purpose and audience. So reports may be written for school news, for journal, and for newspapers. Points to remember while writing a report, very important students, please jot them down. Always write your report in past tense. Don't forget students, you will write your report in past tense. Don't use first person, that is I, me. You will avoid using the first person. Always write report in third person. Clear? Then we have to use indirect speech. Now what is direct and indirect speech? What happens in direct speech is that whatever the person has said, you repeat that the same way. No changes are made. For example, I say, I am seeing my brother tomorrow. So this entire sentence is spoken by me, okay, and this will come in inverted commas. It's in direct speech. So what happens in indirect speech? The same information is delivered, but whatever is spoken, it is described or it is reported, making some changes. How? I'll tell you. My sentence was, I am seeing my brother tomorrow. So this sentence, I have told someone Now if that person goes and tells the third person, he or she will say, she said that she would see her brother the next day or the following day. The information is the same. Okay, one sentence is a direct speech sentence. The other sentence, the information continues to be the same, but it is reported or it is described. Clear? So you will not use direct speech. You will use only and only indirect speech. Next is you will use passive voice. Now what is passive voice? Like I explained it to you yesterday also. In this, what happens? The person or the object, it experiences an action. Okay? Rather than the person or the object performing the action. Clear? Language should be simple and appealing. Your language should be very easy to understand. Mention date, time, place of the event. Very important. It should be correct. It should be concise and it should be factual. You just cannot write anything that is vague, that has not happened. No. Your information should be correct, should be concise and should be factual. Also, it should be very systematic and clear. What is the purpose of writing a report? Let's see. First is it enables us to keep records. Second, it determines the further course of action. We know what next has to be done. It helps researchers to do their work. I told you that report is, when somebody undertakes a research work, he or she writes a report. So this helps the researcher to do their work and lets other people know about the current affairs. Clear? Format, very, very, very important format of report writing. Here I have given you in short the format of report writing. I'll be elaborating it one by one. To begin with, we have headline. Now headline is nothing but the title or the heading of a report. Second is dateline. Dateline includes the venue and the date. Clear? Third is body. Body again has three subparts. It has introduction, main content and conclusion. And last is byline. By is the person who has reported. Clear? So in detail, let's understand the format of report writing. Headline. A report must have a headline, a heading or a title. Your report cannot go without a title. In newspapers also you must be seeing, okay, that any information, anything that is reported has a title. A title should be short and eye-catching. Yes, it should grab the attention of the reader. Okay, the title should be such that the reader shows interest in reading the report. Date line, very, very important. Date line, students, you tend to make a mistake while writing the date line. Please pay attention to what I am saying. Now, what is date line? Date line includes your venue. Venue is the place where the event has occurred. Okay, and the date. And this is the format in which we write the date line. To begin with, we have the place. We write the place, clear? And then we put a comma and then again we write the date completely. For example, if the date is 11th August 2021, we do not write 11 and th, no. So our date line will be venue, that is Thane, or whichever place it is for that matter. So venue, comma, and the date completely you have to write with the year. And then immediately after that, can you see this colon over here? That will follow your date line, and just next to the colon you will start writing your body of the report. I hope, students, the date line is very, very clear to all of you. Moving on, next we have the body of the report. Now the body consists of 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is an introductory paragraph. Let me tell you what comes as a part of your introductory paragraph. The introductory paragraph informs the reader about the incident or the event. Yes, this paragraph, it tells us about the event or the incident that has occurred. It is just an expansion of the headline. Now this paragraph that we have, I'll help you how to write it. This paragraph that we have, the first line will answer to all these questions. And what are the questions? What is the event? Who is the one who has organized this event? When did this happen? And where did this happen? So that will be your first line. You'll begin with this information. Next is your second line answers the question what. Your second line answers the question why. I repeat, second line answers the question why. Okay, the reason for this particular event. And third line mentions the participants or the volunteers who participated in the event. Clear, students? So once you write, once you mention about all these things, you are done with your introductory paragraph. Moving on to the next paragraph, that is the second paragraph, which happens to be the main content of the body. How the event started and what were the highlights of the event. That will be a part of your main content. Okay, so what you will mention, you can mention about the inauguration ceremony if that has taken place, and who has inaugurated the particular event, and who was the chief guest. So all this information will be a part of your second paragraph. Also, you can include comments of eyewitnesses as they add to the authenticity of the news. Clear? So if there is anybody who has made any statement, that also can be mentioned in the second paragraph. Third paragraph is basically conclusion. You have to conclude your report. And how do you conclude? You summarize the end of the event with a positive note. Okay. Now I have an example for all of you which will help you understand the format in a better way. Okay. Last is byline. By is the person who has reported the event. Okay. For you all as a student, you will always mention by student correspondent. Please don't make any mistake. I have mentioned this line in the example sentence which will help you to jot down what you exactly have to write as a student. Now students, Pay attention. I have mentioned over here that there are two ways of writing byline. I'll explain you how. First of all, we always have a headline. Okay? What you will do is, the first way is just below the headline, on the right hand corner, here you will write the byline by student correspondent. That is one way of writing the byline. Clear? Your second way is you write the headline, okay, then you write the dateline, you write 3 paragraphs, okay. Once that is done, towards the end you write down byline, that is by student correspondent. Clear, students? There are two ways of writing the byline. First is immediately below the heading, on right hand corner you will write down by student correspondent. Second is, once your report is done, towards the end, after the conclusion is done, what you will do is, towards the right hand corner you will mention by student correspondent in one single line. Clear? Now I have a sample question for all of you. Red Cross Society organized a blood donation camp in TCS Gandhinagar for its employees. Write a report in about 200 words covering the event as a reporter. So this is your sample question, and based on this you have to write the report. To begin with, I'll show you the format also. Here I have the headline. Can you see, all of you, carefully? So my headline is Blood Donation Camp in TCS. Like I told you, there are two ways of writing the byline. So it will come like this: by student correspondent. Please write down what you have to mention. It will come as correspondent and not correspondence. Two different things. Clear? So always write by student correspondent. Once that is done, pay attention towards the dateline. Dateline has the venue. Okay, TCS Gandhinagar. So it has the venue. And next is the date. Check out how the date is written. 5th August 2021. Then I have a colon, and from there itself, what begins? The first introductory paragraph begins. Let's read. A blood donation camp was organized by the Red Cross Society on 3rd August 2021 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at TCS Gandhinagar. The main purpose of this event was to create awareness regarding regular blood donation among the employees. It was a very well planned camp, and many employees voluntarily participated in this noble cause. So what, where, when, all these questions are satisfied in our first paragraph. Plus, who all participated? It's also mentioned over here, the employees, they have participated. So this is your introductory paragraph. Moving on, the next paragraph, that's the main content. A team of 5 doctors and 20 nurses were present at the location. Dr. Akash gave an informative speech on the importance of blood donation at the start of the event. The first person to donate blood was head of HR department. After that, a large number of employees donated blood with beaming faces and proud heart. Refreshment was provided before and after the donation of blood to each donor. A certificate of appreciation, a donation card, and a tea mug were given to each donor as a token of gratitude. So the highlights of the event are mentioned over here. Okay, what all things happened? Okay, there was somebody who gave a speech. And who was the first one to donate blood? It was the HR head. And then what happened? What was given to the blood donors? Basically, they were given refreshment. And as a token of gratitude, they were given certificate of appreciation, a donor card, and tea mug. So all this will come in your second paragraph, which happens to be the main content. Then is the conclusion. As the end of the event was approaching, there was a sense of satisfaction on the faces of volunteers as a total of 257 units of blood was collected. The team of doctors appreciated all those who participated in the camp, making it a huge success. So if you see, the report is concluded on a very positive note. Clear? And this is how your report actually will look. Okay, it's the same report that I have just discussed, but on one slide. Now, this is one way of writing by student correspondent, that is byline. The next way is, you will mention over here down, by student correspondent. Clear? So this is one way, this is the second way. You'll use either of these. Okay, don't write both up and down as well. That will be completely wrong. Okay. Moving on to the question that you will be doing it on your own. To promote healthy habits among school children, your school recently organized a nutritious food and snacks competition. The competition was open to both parents and students. The participation was very encouraging. The famous nutrition expert Dr. Shikha Sharma was the chief guest. As the student representative, write a report of about 150 words for your school magazine. Clear? So this is the question. Information is given to you. Okay. Date and all you have to mention. Timing and again you have to mention. Okay. So this will again be done in your English composition book. So what have we seen in today's class is basically what is report writing, the format of writing report, the purpose of report writing, okay, different types where reports are written. Okay, I have given you an example question also with an answer. Okay, and this that is being flashed on your screen is your homework which you have to do in your English composition book. I hope students this topic report writing is clear to all of you. Okay, we'll catch up very soon in the next class. Till then, you will take care of yourself. Sai Ram and bye-bye.